The United Arab Emirates has released several $billion of Iran's frozen assets held in UAE banks, including 2 tons of gold worth $283 million, with the goal being that Iran spares the UAE from future attacks. The assets were flown to Iran aboard a Boeing 737 operated by UAE Royal Jet from Abu Dhabi to Tehran's Mehrabad Airport and Karaj's Payam Airport on August 11th and 12th, each staying 1 hour before returning. There were a lot of people who had really stupid predictions for the Iran war, Trump, of course, being chief among them. But I think that out of all of the predictions that were made by the pundit class, Bill Mitchell takes the cake. This is what Bill Mitchell had to say on March 15th of 2026. He wrote this. So let's fast forward 2 months from now. The war in Iran is long over. This is March 15th. March 15th. This is 8 months ago today. Sorry, 5 months ago today. So let's fast forward to 2 months from now. The war in Iran is long over, and that terrorist nation is no longer a threat. Hamas and Hezbollah have been wiped out. Gas prices have fallen below $2 a gallon. Stocks are back to their all-time highs. With the Iranian threat gone in the Middle East, investment pours into the area. Rebuilding starts in Gaza. The U.S. economy takes off as all of that newly onshored business starts hiring. And once again, Democrats have nothing. I'm feeling pretty good about the midterms. Chef's kiss. This is amazing. You couldn't have written something more wrong. You know, every single point is just like dead wrong, dead wrong, dead wrong, dead wrong. It's actually kind of amazing how wrong he was. Now, the gas price is falling below $2 a gallon. I will give him some credit here because he didn't just think this up on his own noggin. This is actually something that Trump said. And we can compare it to what he now said yesterday at a rally he gave a speech at. Let's take a listen to back and forth here, because in 2024, he did promise that gas would be back to $2 and maybe even less than that. Take a listen.
We will become energy independent shortly after, but start also on day one, drill, baby, drill. We're going to bring your electric prices way down. We're going to bring your energy prices way down. Gasoline will be back to $2 and maybe even less than that. So I just say this. So for you to pay a tiny little bit more for your gasoline, just remember, you're doing it so that a very evil country cannot have a country. Really, it's the #1 state sponsor of terror in the world. We don't want to have them have a nuclear weapon. So remember that when you have to pay a little bit more, you're at $4. It's okay. I mean, it's I'll never apologize. I did the right thing. But you could, if you didn't have, we will be.
I'll never apologize. I did the right thing. $4. You're just going to have to suck it up. You're just going to have to. So, Bill Mitchell, he did not think that one up himself. He did get that from Donald Trump. He also said that, in 2 months, the war will be long over and that the Islamic Republic of Iran will be no more. It goes kind of without saying, but the Islamic Republic of Iran is here, stronger than ever. Of course, they have the new supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, at the helm. And he, from what we can see, at least right now, is more hardline than ever before. Okay? He's more hardline than his father, I think, at any point. And that's probably because we killed his father and we killed 160 plus schoolgirls on the opening day of this war. On Iran's Supreme National Security Council, the SNSC, the supreme leader has 2 representatives. One of those representatives is Dr. Saeed Jalili. Very, very, strong patriot, hardliner, revolutionary. You know, you can think of him. I mean, he's a brilliant economic mind for the future of Iran. And he's also extremely hardline when it comes to negotiations, JCPOA 2.0, all these things, right? He's like one of the most hardline guys. So he is one of the Supreme National Security Council members that Mojtaba Khamenei selected to represent him. Now, the other individual that the Supreme Leader has selected, he was just appointed to lead as the secretary of Iran's Supreme National Security Council this week by Dr. Pezeshkian, the president of Iran. And after he became the secretary of Iran's SNSC, the Supreme Leader Mojtaba Khamenei named him as his second representative on the council. His name is Dr. Mohsen Rezai. Now, Mohsen Rezai, he was the commander of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps for 16 years, and he started at the age of 27. He became the commander of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps. So he served as commander of the IRGC for the bulk of the years of the Iran-Iraq War. After that, he went into the macro decision-making structure of the Islamic Republic of Iran, and now he finds himself at the position as secretary of the SNSC. So he's basically alongside the Supreme Leader at the helm of Iran's most senior decision-making body, and the two most hardline members of that body are the representatives of the Supreme Leader. So Iran, yes, they're here, they're stronger than ever, and they're more hardline than ever before. Basically, if you want to understand the logic of the military mindset, the logic of Mohsen Rezai and his approach to war is that as a whole, Iran needs to abandon this idea of strategic patience. The idea that if someone attacks us, well, we'll respond eventually at a point in time of our choosing when we feel it's appropriate. He says, no. This was his thinking that brought about the success of this war for Iran in the Strait of Hormuz. His thinking is no. If someone attacks us, there needs to be an immediate and heavy cost that is paid by the aggressor each and every time. So that's his way of thinking. Now he's kind of at the helm. He's at the command, right? At the highest decision-making body in the country. What else do we have here? With the Iranian threat gone in the Middle East, investment pours into the area. Now, again, I do have to give Bill Mitchell some credit here because there actually is substantial investment pouring into the area, just not in the way that he thought it would, right? He kind of thought that it'd be like Jared Kushner buying up all these properties so they could build the Four Seasons Tehran, I assume. But actually, it's much different than that. And this is the main part of this story that I want to share with you, okay? Because we have new information that the United Arab Emirates has released several $1 billion of Iran's frozen assets held in UAE banks, including 2 tons of gold worth $283 million, with the goal being that Iran spares the UAE from future attacks. The assets were flown to Iran aboard a Boeing 737 operated by UAE Royal Jet from Abu Dhabi to Tehran's Mehrabad Airport and Karaj's Payam Airport on August 11th and 12th, each staying 1 hour before returning. On June 8th of this year, the same plane, the UAE Royal Jet, flew from Abu Dhabi to Tehran's Mehrabad Airport, transferring $3 billion, according to multiple Iranian officials cited in Reuters. So the UAE is reinvesting Iran's frozen assets into Tehran. That's the type of investment we're seeing. So the Islamic Republic is still here. Gas prices are still high. No one can transit through the Strait of Hormuz. And the only investment we're seeing in the Middle East is Iran's frozen assets being sent in pallets of cash, cold hard cash, and gold bars to the tune of $283 million back to Tehran. Bill Mitchell, Donald Trump, Jared Kushner, all these idiots could not have been more wrong. And for that, I say thank God. the U.S. economy takes off as all of that newly onshored business starts hiring. Keep dreaming, Bill. Keep dreaming. Before you leave, I want to say thank you for the support, because after 2 years of being banned, we are finally back home on YouTube. So be sure to subscribe to our channel and also join as a member on our channel using the link at the top of the description. I rely on the generous support of viewers like yourself to get the truth out to as many people as possible. You can also support the show on Locals or Give Sin Go. The mainstream media and the powers that be are never going to stop attacking us for bringing the truth to as many people as we do. Thank you so much for your support.